Hey Carly, nice to see you again.
Hi Sarah, nice seeing you too.
How have you been?
Good, thanks. How are you?
Good, pretty good.
Good.
How are you enjoying the weather?
Love the weather. Finally melting. Lots of puddles, so it's messy driving, but I can't complain. We waited a long time for this.
Yeah, nice to finally see the sun.
Very nice.
Yeah. So I guess, do you want to kind of jump right in, or?
Yeah, I mean, may as well. I think the last time we spoke, I was kind of filling you in a little bit in terms of what was going on with my school and what was happening as far as my financial payments. I think I briefly kind of touched on things regarding my relationships in terms of with my family and also with my last boyfriend that I was kind of seeing. And I think we were also kind of talking about some coping strategies to help kind of get me through some of the stress I was experiencing, more so related to my school things. So, yeah. I think if I remember correctly, I think that's where we kind of left off.
Yeah, it was. So I'm just going to go over it too to make sure that we are both on the same page, remembering it the same way.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, we talked about, we had 3 main goals set for you from last session to this session. So we'll go over those in a second. But we had talked about, so you're in your social work program at U of M.
Yes.
You are your ECE, been there for 6 years.
Yes.
You're pretty close with your family, but they do live out of town.
Yeah.
Okay. And then the 3 goals we had set for you was, the first one was revolving your finances. And we kind of looked at the school, the bursaries and awards from the Manitoba Métis Federation.
Yes.
So we'll talk about that a little bit later.
Sure.
The second goal we set was for the self-care. So kind of looking at things such as the meditation and yoga.
Right.
And then the third goal was that I was going to get information about counselors for you, and that this session today we would talk about your options and the different types of counseling methods for you.
Yeah.
So that all sounds familiar?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's what we did last week. So we had talked about setting you up. I had given you the information for the Manitoba Métis Federation. Did you get a chance to meet with them, or
not meet with them? Right now, I'm kind of in the early stages in the process of setting something up. So essentially, what I did was I tried looking at somebody to call, but I found that it was a lot easier to just look it up online to see what was available through the Métis Federation website. Through that, it was, it wasn't through the Métis Federation website, it was through the U of M website.
Okay.
But it had links to the Métis Federation website regarding like the bursaries, the scholarships, things of that nature. And so I think what I'm going to do is sit down with my school advisor, financial advisor, and just see if she can kind of get me going on the path of connecting with the appropriate people to talk with.
Your school advisor, is she, is it for like, is she financial aid, or is she, like, what is her position?
It's financial aid. It's, but I think they just have a general name for it, and it's just called student services.
Okay.
So it kind of just helps with, like, it's a big umbrella of things that they are involved with the students.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure that.
Good question.
Just because I know that you do have advisors, so I know that they're more focused on your grades, so I just wanted to make sure that you had the right
This one
contacts.
I specifically let them know ahead of time, like this is what I wanted to discuss and what my kind of end goal was in terms of seeking that out through MMF. So that's kind of, like I said, it's just the very early stages right now, and so yeah, I meet with them again next week.
Okay, so that's your student services that you meet with?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. I had emailed them as well I had told you I was going to do that just so we could get some perspective. I got in contact with a lady named Karen.
Oh, okay.
And she seems pretty eager to help and receive as many students as possible. Okay. So I'll let her know that you're going to talk to your student services. Depending what they say and the information you bring to me next time we meet. I'll try to get more from Karen as well, just to see if they
and maybe I'll
match up.
Maybe I'll just mention something to the people over at student services and let them know that Karen may or may not be contacting them, and I'll give them or forward them the contact information.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, so after this we can, if you want, I can also give you Karen's email if you would like to.
Yeah, that would be wonderful.
Directly contact her too, if you might find that's a bit more helpful.
Mm-hmm. I think so, yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm glad that you contacted your student services and are looking for it. That really shows me that you're ready to.
Yeah, really determined to try and see where this will go, and you know, if it will come to my benefit at all through doing this. So, I mean, that is the purpose of it. So, fingers crossed that everything goes well and smooth. So, yeah,
after talking with Karen, it really does seem like you're kind of a pretty good applicant for the process.
Oh,
so
good.
I feel like it's really good that we are looking into it.
Good.
It can assist you with your finances.
Mm-hmm. That's good to hear.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit of a relief.
Yeah. Definitely.
We had also talked last week about your self-care.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about you trying some meditation and at home.
Yeah, confession. I did sit down and try it, but it was very short-lived, to say the least. You know, I went into it, I think, with the right attitude and with an open mind of doing it at home. But unfortunately, what I found, just I think for myself, it's just kind of my personality that I was kind of mentioning this to you before, is I kind of get caught up with too much other things that are going on when I'm at home. Specifically, you know, homework, house chores, whatever have you. So I did try it. Not to say I didn't like it. It was just hard to stay consistent with to keep doing it.
Can I ask how many times you tried it?
Once.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And what form did you?
So I tried the like watching a video with like the meditation music in the background and the breathing exercises and things like that. And yeah, I just what I should have done after I spoke with you, what I should have done was maybe done the audio meditation. But I think when I did it, that was kind of just where I had focused, and then I kind of forgot about it. So then it didn't really cross my mind to do the audio, and it's something I'm still open to trying. I definitely want to. And then I can also compare the two. But yeah, as far as the meditation, I only do it the one time.
Yeah, it doesn't work for everyone, so that is okay.
Yeah.
Are you wanting to try the audio one, or are you
like I said, I'm open to it, so I would definitely just want to see how it is, how it goes, just get the experience of it, just to see what it's like.
Yeah. Well, you can definitely try it and let me know. And if, again, you find it's the same thing as the one that you've done where it's not quite working, we'll definitely regroup next time, and we can really focus on maybe what to do for some self-care at home in between work and school, just because we do need a breather in there so that we can...
Yeah, I definitely don't want to like experience any kind of burnout. So, I mean, I know how important it is. It's just finding something that, like you said, that works.
I remember you were saying that you play softball during the spring and summer. When does that start up?
It actually starts up in a month and a half.
Okay.
So it's right around the corner, which good thing the weather's cooperating because it's coming. So yeah, that starts really soon. I like to try and get, because like I was telling you before, I'm not one of those people who goes and, you know, does cardio every single day. But before ball does start, I like to kind of get into a little bit of a rhythm, I guess, in terms of with cardio, which I'm not necessarily saying, again, not every day, but, you know, a few times a week and just getting a run in here and there just to get back into the routine of it, so to speak. So yeah. That's something I'll be doing soon.
Do you find that you're looking forward to softball?
Definitely.
Okay. So it's not a stressor as another thing that you have to do?
Ball is kind of like a de-stressor, if anything.
Okay. Good.
Kind of it's stressful to, you know, get there. You know, you're always rushing to get there, but I mean, the experience itself is wonderful. I love it, and I've been doing it for about 5 years now.
Okay.
So it's really good, and I'm connected with a bunch of different people because it's co-ed. It's really good. It's a really good stress reliever. It's a really good social piece for me because as you know, I work with children. So just, you know, having that additional adult interaction is great. It's wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good.
If you don't mind me asking, you said you've been doing it for 5 years. How did you get into it?
So what ended up happening was my sister, her boyfriend at the time, had a hockey team, and so obviously all made up of guys. That hockey team wanted to start a co-ed softball team, and so they're obviously looking for females to join the team. As I said, she was dating one of the guys who was involved in the hockey
program.
Or the hockey team, I guess. And so because I would go occasionally watch the games with her, we kind of just formed a team and then grabbed a couple other girls that we knew. And yeah, then that's kind of how it started. And then after 2 years with that specific team, it kind of not necessarily fell apart, but people just kind of wanted to start going their own way, whether that was they didn't want to play anymore or they had other commitments that they were doing on those days or whatever have you. So then my sister and I decided to form our own team, which was more so made up of just like our own group of friends.
Okay.
Mind you, now this has been almost 3 years ago that we did this. But yeah, so the team has changed lots. I think the most frustrating part about that is people don't always commit to the team. So then we're constantly scrambling. At least we were last summer anyways for subs. And that can be stressful, but somehow it always seems to play out that we end up getting the appropriate amount of players. So in the end, it works out well that we're able to enjoy the game. But I mean, it can be sometimes a process. But yeah, it's fun. It's good. It is what it is, and that's how it got started.
Okay, that's very interesting. Thank you for telling me.
Yeah, of course.
And you find it, you were saying it's a little bit stressful, but you find it more of a stress relief?
Yeah, stress reliever for sure. It's, and not just a stress reliever. I mean, the game itself is fun. I mean, you're playing with, occasionally it's, people around your same age group, or generally speaking, it's, people within your age range. Again, for me, it's other adults that I can interact with and be around. So that's super beneficial, I find, for myself. Yeah, and then also we have tournaments, and those are always something that I look forward to as well. So it's really good. Yeah, all around it's really fun. It's really good.
Okay.
Enjoyable.
So we can definitely then, if you'd like, try the audio meditation this week.
Yeah, definitely.
And if, again, you're just not feeling it, then I know you just said softball's a month away, but maybe we can look at the readiness for softball and try to work in self-care techniques into that, just to help you relax a little bit.
And I think too, I mean, as you know, summer goes by so fast for everyone. With saying that, it kind of leaves me what to do once, we're into the fall again.
Yeah.
Then what am I going to be relying on for that self-care?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, I definitely hear what you're saying, and it can be hard sometimes when something you really enjoyed comes to an end, such as seasonal sports. But that is something we can definitely, over the next few times we meet, also talk about in the future of what techniques you might want to try, and we can always do little samples here and there to get you maybe trying out different things that you wouldn't have thought of. And
yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah.
New ideas are always fun to try.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And there might even be, I know just from personal experience, there's some like fall ball or like maybe some co-ed ringette I've heard of if you like enjoy skating and you do stuff like that.
I do. I actually, confession, I've never tried playing ringette.
Okay.
I also don't wear hockey skates.
That's okay.
But I'm not like a hockey player or like a ringette player. Yeah. I mean, I like the occasional skating in the winter. I actually went quite a few times this past winter, but yeah, like I'm not really sure. I've heard from a lot of my friends who do play ringette, somewhat competitively and sometimes not so much, but that it is a really challenging sport to play. I'm not sure if that would really be my cup of tea because I don't have the experience.
We don't have to do that exactly, but there are adult leagues in fall and winter for other types of sports. Maybe not ringette, but we can definitely look into
there must be something.
Yeah. That's something that you'll enjoy, and maybe even start your own team. Maybe your softball team would like to kind of go
do
into
something on the off season. Yeah. Good point.
We can definitely look further into that as well. And then the final goal we had set last session was the counseling. So I had told you that I was going to find some information for you, and I found a few different counselors who have availability and stuff at the same time as this session would be on a different day, so that way I know it's
still convenient,
worked for your schedule.
Yeah.
So you can definitely look at that. They also offer different times and days so that they're flexible.
Okay.
I will give you the sheet later. I've marked it down by the therapist, their names, and kind of more their strengths, and just from kind of the feedback I've heard from other clients I've had. And you can contact them. All their information is there, and you can set up an appointment.
So, okay, just to clarify, so I have it straight in my head here. So you've collected information from various therapists, and I'm just going to decide which one I feel like would work best for me.
Yes, we can also go over it if you'd like.
Okay.
I've collected 5 different therapists. I have a mix of female and male, just not sure what your preference would be there. And basically just the variations of their strengths. That, obviously not all people are the same, and the way personalities clash.
Right.
So we can go over the list together.
Okay.
And you can go through it with me if you would like, or you can take it home and look over it yourself.
Okay.
And we can set up an appointment with one, and hopefully it works. If it doesn't, we can come back to
maybe
the drawing board.
I'm just kind of thinking for myself what would work best. Maybe what I could do is take that information tonight from you, or today from you, I should say, and then kind of think it over, figure out for myself who or what I think would work best for me, and then maybe reconnect with you and with any further comments or questions. Figure that out.
Yeah, definitely. We can definitely do that.
Okay, perfect.
You can take them home and take your time with it and let me know.
Yeah, that would be really good.
Yeah,
just and review it.
If the list, if you're finding that it's just not
for
you, we can always again tell me, and I can get some more names for you if you'd like.
Yeah. Okay.
So that was kind of all of what we discussed last week and catching up. So how do you feel about all of that?
I mean, it sounds good. It sounds manageable, and I think knowing that I can just come back to you if or when I need, that's really reassuring, I feel like. So that's really helpful.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, just going back, last session you had talked about your parents being a social support for you and how they live a little bit out of the city.
Right.
You had mentioned a sister last session, and you kind of brought her up a little bit more. Do you want to tell me more about your relationship with her?
My sister and I, we are 2 years apart.
Okay.
I would say for the majority of our childhood and adult life, we have been very close. For the most part. I mean, we fight like sisters do. There's no denying that. I guess I would say, however, our relationship has become extremely strained, for lack of better words, within the past year and a bit, maybe. I guess that's how I would label our relationship currently. So.
Well, it's definitely tough having a close relationship with someone and having it kind of almost diminish in how close you were, and that's almost what it sounds like between you and your sister.
Yeah.
Do you think that's something that maybe you would want to work on?
I mean, I'm not opposed to it. I think it's like any relationship, it's a two-way street. So, I mean, the old saying, you can lead a horse to water, you can't make it drink. I kind of feel like that would be the response I would get on her end.
Okay.
Because of that, I think I'm a little bit reluctant to pursue opening that door right now any further. I play on the same ball team as her, as I mentioned. Even that, the dynamics have changed because our relationship has been recently strained. So yeah, I don't think I really want to open that can of worms right before ball season happens. I just don't think it's in my own best interest to do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you if you are not comfortable with this conversation, we can stop at any time. Do you feel that ball season might not be such a stress relief with her there? Like,
I'm not sure at this point. I'm not sure.
Okay, that's fair.
Because it kind of began the end of our ball season last year and kind of ran through the winter being strained as far as her and I are concerned. And yes, it was stressful at the end of our ball season last year. I can't predict how it will be for the summer. I think her and I are both going into it with good intentions. How it actually turns out, who's to say? But I think we're both trying to be optimistic about that it will be fine. Again, who's to say whether or not it will be? I'm not sure. Yeah, it's kind of a wait and see basis right now.
Okay, that's fair. I'm just trying to get a kind of a grasp of your social supports here. Just because you did say your parents live farther out, so just going on that. On the softball team, is there some close friends that you have that you're looking forward to seeing?
There's one. Unfortunately, like I said, that our ball team has been experiencing a lot of turnover, which I think is fairly common for any ball team that's been doing this, 5+ years now. But like my really good girlfriend was playing on 2 ball teams last summer. So now this summer she's dropped our ball team and is playing on the one she was playing on as well, but she's doing that full time. And then there's my other friend who him and I are very close. Aside from him, I don't feel like there's anybody specifically close in terms of having a social relationship with. So.
Okay. I'm just trying to get a little bit of an understanding here. Just because we had talked about some coping skills, kind of your individual coping skills, your strategies, and then with seeing a counselor, you guys will kind of dive more deeper into that. But just social supports and emotional, I know it can be hard. So just trying to get a little bit of a understanding of your supports and stuff like that, just to make sure that you don't emotionally overwhelm yourself, because I know that can be quite hard and difficult and a lot to deal with when you have other things on your plate, such as school and work and finances and
definitely
all of that.
Yeah, it can be very stressful, and I mean, I don't have to tell you. I know you know. Like with stress comes emotional barriers that can come up. So I mean, it can be difficult, but take it as it comes, I guess.
Yeah.
See what happens.
So we have quite a few minutes left. So I just kind of want to go over some goals here again, just because I feel like it really helps set it into perspective.
Okay.
So we are going to be dealing with the Manitoba Métis Federation. You're going to be talking with your student services. I'll be talking with Karen, as I had said, and you can transfer that information, and I'll give you her stuff. The self-care we've talked about and are going to try maybe one more time and see if meditation is at all working, and if not, next week we'll definitely come back and revisit it. Is there any other goals you would like to address, or other issues, problems that you may feel are affecting your emotional well-being, your finances, anything at all?
I mean, I guess because you brought it up, the relationship strain that my sister and I are currently experiencing, it's definitely for me an emotional barrier, so to speak, that I am facing. I think if she was to be honest, I think she would say the same thing. I'm not really sure how to navigate through that necessarily. I don't want to say dealing with that right now should be a goal. I think maybe that is kind of like a long-term goal, that could be, discussed at a later date.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's something too. You have said you don't really want to open it up before ball season. And once you do start playing that, maybe you'll notice something in the relationship. Hopefully good. Do you need a minute?
Yes. Okay.
You just let me know when you're ready.
Okay. I'm good, thanks.
Okay. Do you want to switch topics for a little bit, maybe? Yeah? Okay. Going back to your school, so you're in your 3rd year social work. I believe exam season is coming up soon.
It's right around the corner.
Okay.
So it's very close coming up.
Are you finding yourself overwhelmed with exams?
Somewhat. I think because I also have about 4 papers that are due. And
that's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot. Plus the exams on top of that due around or being done or to be done around the same time. It's a lot. It's stressful.
Yeah. How many exams? And so you have 4 papers. Do you have exams on top of those, or are they final papers?
They're final papers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's heavy right now.
It is, yeah. I remember those days.
Yes.
Are you finding yourself ready for them, or are you needing maybe some coping skills for writing or resources?
I think I will be okay. I think in terms of like the papers that I'm writing, I think I'm pretty well equipped to get those done.
Okay.
And then it just kind of leaves me with the exams that are coming up. So I think if I schedule that accordingly, then I should be able to meet the paper deadlines and have sufficient time to study for the exams and get that out of the way.
Okay,
on to the next term.
It sounds like you're going to be overwhelmed by the amount of work, but you're not too overwhelmed. You feel like you can get it done.
Not yet, anyway.
Okay. Well, that is coming up, as you said, so we can definitely look more into that. If it is starting to become a pretty heavy weight on your shoulders, we can figure out maybe a way to ease up.
Reconnect again if I need to.
Are you taking any spring or summer term?
I am actually, which I haven't done in my last 2 years. I'm taking a summer class. And that's kind of a handful in itself. Thank you for reminding me. I actually completely forgot. And even that's right around the corner. So what's happening is I'm actually taking a whole week off of work.
Wow.
Because this class specifically is only a week long.
Okay.
But it runs from, I believe, 9 to 4, if I'm not mistaken, during which time it's during the day, which is hence why I had to take off work to do this class. And then it counts as a 3 credit hour course. It's I've heard really good things about it. Friends of mine have taken it and have suggested that I take it as well. I'm looking forward to it. It's so like I said, something I've never done before as far as taking a summer class, but I think it'll be a nice break from work and something to experience.
Yeah. And it's just the 1 week?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll feel like a real summer full-time student.
Yeah. Okay, well that will definitely be an experience then, and I hope you do enjoy it, and
Thank you.
That it's just as good as your friends say, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully. I hear there's so at the end there's a bit of like a camp out that the students do. Yeah, they go for a sweat, and then they do like a camping experience at the end. So from what I heard, it's really good.
That will be fun. I can't wait to hear about it.
Thank you. Yeah, highlight of the summer maybe.
Yeah.
That and playoffs for ball. We'll see what happens.
Well, our time is coming to an end, unfortunately. So I just kind of want to review our session and the goals we've discussed. And then you can be on your way if you would like.
Sounds good.
So we've talked about your goals from last session and moving forward, what we expect next week. So finance regarding that, the Manitoba Métis Federation, I feel like I think we're on the same page about this. You're going to be talking to your student services.
Yes, we'll definitely be in contact regarding it anyways.
Yeah, and I'm in contact with Karen, so we'll definitely have that hopefully figured out by next week. You can let me know. Always send me an email if you have your meeting set up with student services. If you'd like to let me know, you can for sure. I'd love to hear from you. Going to attempt a meditation at home. If you don't get it done, clearly it's not going to be for you. If it's finding it that hard to do it, and then we can discuss it next time we meet and
go from there.
Yes.
Right.
And then counseling information. I have all of that out waiting for you, so we'll get that on the way out. And you said you wanted to look over it at home.
Yes, and then once I meet with you again to discuss the other stuff regarding MMF, then we can also talk more about that when I see you next.
Yes.
Perfect.
Awesome. I had a great time with you this session. I'm really happy about all of the things we talked about, and I hope that you feel comfortable from this session as well. And
thank you, Sarah. I really appreciate that. You opened my eyes and opened some doors that I didn't realize needed opening. But that was some revelations I think that really came out today.
I'm glad we can look.
You're doing your job, Sarah.
Okay, well, on that note, we'll head out and I'll get you the stuff up front.
Thanks again, Sarah.
Yeah, not a problem.
Thank you.